We constantly hear about these leads called veteran life insurance leads. In this video, I want to break down what I learned from our top agents who are doing veteran leads, making 40, 50, and $60,000 a month, and exactly why these leads work so well, depending on who you are. My name is Trey. I'm the owner of Agent Lead Lab. In the past 3.5 years, we've helped 550 agents issue pay $40,000 a month minimally. And on this channel, all we try to do is walk through behaviors, principles, and the thought process that these individuals and agency owners are doing to consistently scale their business working with us. So, what principles do they have that work with us, but also just in general? And I try to share that with you guys. As always, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna hop right into the video. So, quick little context as always. I met with two of my top producers who they'll be on our page that do veteran leads. And when I noticed a trend after talking to them, a personality trend about why these leads work and what agents are doing to convert these leads. One second. Had to silence my Discord. But yeah, so I've noticed a main trend about what happens and how these leads work and why agents do really well. So here's what I noticed. All right, so here's the first thing. So we use some terms. What are veteran life insurance leads, or otherwise vet leads? Like, what are these, right? And what these are is it's just life insurance with the targeting towards veterans, military or former military, which is all relatively the same. For general life insurance, you could do, or even final expense. Now, here's the thing. Here's the caveat. The key difference is how the agents present the life insurance. So people are always like, well, why do they do so well? Okay, because depending on how you run your ads in the company that you're working with, they'll present the life insurance as, present it as final expense. And if you present it as final expense, you will always write small policies. But when you present it as a life insurance, and then you can explain what that life insurance does, and you can tie the concepts to the actual life insurance, you make a huge difference in regards to the annual premium that you're going to write and the overall quality of the business. Because when you're just writing life insurance, final expense to veterans, you're not getting the highest annual premium per close. But when you write life insurance, it's like a general life lead, but it requires more skill. I had a conversation with another one of our partners who's doing a different type of lead that will probably come out right here soon or release to the public. And, they were struggling with figuring out how to close. And what we went through was like, when you have a generalized lead, so there's people that do like truckers, veterans, nurses, Christians, which is very interesting, but all these little sub niches, right? What you notice is that agents will struggle when there's not a narrow path down what type of life insurance should I get them. Because once you just say life insurance, you as the agent or the specialist are forced to create a problem and then solve the problem, or find the problem and then solve it. But when it comes in as general life insurance, there's no inherent problem. Let me give you an example, right? So example of what I mean by this. Okay. So an example of this would be final expense. All right. People come in and they want final expense coverage. What does that typically do? That's covered for burial, cremation, and end of life plans. Okay. People want mortgage protection. That's covering their mortgage, house payments, equity, or essentially assets. Now, I'm not talking about the different type of clothes and demographic and things that we've spoken about. I'm talking about the targeting on the ad and the agent's perception of what it is. Agents think they're going to sell term, whatever. I'm just talking about the basic filter and frame that you as an agent go into the conversation with, your tonality is with, the direction that you are pointing the person. Because understand, when you're calling these leads, no matter what type of lead it is, if you do not have direction, if you are not the doctor, and you cannot figure out what's wrong with them and give them a solution, they are just going to be price shopping because you're not actually doing anything. You're just giving them numbers. And there's no inherent value in you giving somebody numbers. I have numerous videos on breaking that down. I'm not going to spend a lot of time today. I'm going to talk about the different type of leads and why this works for vets. Okay. Next thing you have is you're going to have index universal life or retirement. Okay. This is going to be leveraging life insurance for tax free death benefit and cash value. Okay, then you have annuity, right? Rolling money, moving money / capital to safer. I don't want to use the word investment, but safer tax-free options. That's what I'm going to call it, just for simplicity's sake. Okay, and then you have this, what we're talking about today, which is general life insurance. Okay. And this is question mark. Now, everybody in their mom's like, I just want people that know that it's life insurance and I just want life insurance people. Okay. Well, you say that now. But my question is, if I give you a bunch of general life leads and do you know what to do with them? People are like, well, yeah, I'll just figure out. And it's like, no, you know what you're going to do? You're just going to end up getting quotes. This is why people struggle. Okay, this is why people struggle with a lot of different leads, right? There's also why people don't write crazy premiums with a lot of different leads. If you don't know what avenue they're coming in, then guess what? They don't know either. If they knew, then they would fill out the other ad, or they probably wouldn't be talking to you. Don't you think? Right? It's the responsibility of the marketer to get the clients who want the thing. They want life insurance. They have life insurance. Now it's your responsibility to close them. The reason I'm bringing that up is because the individual I was talking to takes full responsibility. Was like, hey, I got to learn how to do this. But at the end of the day, recognizes and understands that, look, I now understand clearly that I should have approached these clients by creating a problem. Right? Because you give them frames. Hey, John, you came in today and obviously I know you filled this out because you were looking for life insurance. It's typically one of three, things. And you let me know. And then what we'll do is we'll figure out how I can best put your family in a better situation because that's what you're looking for, right? So yeah. It's like, okay, cool. So what we're going to do is there's three different things. So number one, you could be looking to take care of your end of life expenses. We can go through what that looks like and what will happen in the event, right? So that's cremation, burial, etc. Right? Number two, we could be providing what's called supplemental income replacement or protection in the equity of your home, right? So this would be if you pass, this will provide income for loved ones, etc. And then the third option is going to be leveraging life insurance for tax-free death benefit, as well as the cash value component that works essentially kind of like a retirement portfolio that you're building for the future, right? Which of those three was the main reason, or if not all, that you were looking into this? And if they say all, then you do that. They're going to tell you. And then what you do is you take it and now you make it a final expense lead. You make it an IUL lead. You make it a mortgage protection lead. And then you go down the rabbit hole and then restart the process and ask questions. But you do that from the jump. It's like, hey, why are we filling this out? They give you some vague reason. They don't tell you. You create, you fit, okay, here are your options because only one of three, right? You're either here to take care of your end of life, you're here to provide income replacement or pay off an asset, or you're here to leverage it for its cash value benefits. Which of them did you fill this out for? Because it had to be one of the three. Oh, I don't know. Perfect. Let me ask some questions to get a gauge. Cool. You've gotten permission. They don't know. Your job to direct them. Hey, I came here for this. The reason why I say that veterans, why people like them and why what I learned is that with veterans, you don't really have to do that because they already know. 90% of them already going to tell you what they're here for. And you don't even have to say that part of the script. But the thing is, they know why they filled it out. People are like, why do vets know? Let's just call a spade a spade. They served. They understand the value of life insurance. They risk their life. It's not a hard sell, but it requires somebody to be direct and not be a BSer and be straightforward. And if that's not you, it's going to be hard to sell them. If you're not stern, if you're not just shooting them straight, they don't like that. They want you to just be tell me what it is. Tell me how much it costs. Are they going to do it or not? There's not all this build up, and you don't have to like go through this and like long drawn out process like you do with like mortgage protection. There's a lot of emotion in it, and you have to really dive deep on like, why'd you fill this out? That's like, dude, I filled this out because I need life insurance. If I die, my parent, it's like, dude, how much does it cost? Let's see if it makes sense. Close. That's why so many agents can come in and do well and make a lot of money. That's why people really like it. It's nothing more, nothing less than that. It's really not. It's like, it's not rocket science. You're dealing with a niche that already understands the value of life. They literally went and served. Whether it was overseas, whether it was like, like it doesn't matter. They're in their mind, they're like, okay, this makes sense. I need life insurance. Like, if I die, my family don't get anything. I served. So you're dealing with people that inherently see the value of death. So because they see the value of death, you don't have to paint the picture. You just got to figure out what their budget is. Doesn't make sense, and they like you and trust you. That's it. And that they're willing to give you your social and everything and roll through an app. But if you're weird and you're trying to do too much, it doesn't work. And that's what I've learned, is that you need to be stern. You need to explain to them exactly what it is that you have to do. Now, the thing that I think is very understood is that veterans are not the niche that you want to try and do too much. Like, I've noticed agents that have tried to come to even work with us, and they're like, yeah, I want to do these vets. For a lot of people are having success with them, and they just make the process so complicated. It's like, well, because you made it complicated, you're probably not gonna get the sale. Just being honest. Like, the thing is that like simple scales in this instance, so just keep it simple. Don't try to overcomplicate it. Don't try to make it into something that it's not. Just tell them the truth, tell them what it is, and then move forward. If you can do that, when you can do that, you'll be better off. So this was a quicker video. I wanted to just hop on here. I'm changing up kind of some of the style. If you all like it, cool. If not, I could continue to go back to the long form, because not every day I try not to get on here and just like BS things. I try to take real life things that apply and like go through it. I think tomorrow, potentially, I want to dive a little bit deeper on the cost to acquire a client piece, because I had even more questions come up just from even my own clients about it. And I really want to talk about like how you look at those numbers and how you make real decisions on growth, right? So I'll put that down on my list for tomorrow. It's like how you look at the cost to acquire a client and make real decisions on when you need to scale. Because I think scaling is not as simple as people try to, scaling is a lot simpler than people try to make it. They try to make it this like robust and like overly complicated thing. And it's not. You have to look at two numbers: cost to acquisition and cost per sale. What do you make to acquire a client, and how much do you make in return? So how much does it cost you to get a client? How much do you make in return? We already reverse engineers all those numbers. I think the thing to understand is that as you structure growing, you have to equate for the lead type. I think that's so underappreciated. So companies should base their cost on the leads. That's how I base my cost. That's how I base my leads. Like, I base my leads on the cost to acquire a client and what it looks like. Like, if somebody buys 100 agent leads, they should close like 1 to 2. I'm not expecting them to close 10. If I was, I'd put the price of leads up. So like, I eventually am probably going to roll out age text verified leads, because we've recently we've had them, but we haven't had a lot of them. But now we have enough over these 6-7 months to where we can start actually like probably rolling them out. Yeah. So, and the reason I said that is because now it's like, oh, well, if I give you 100 guaranteed numbers and I'm offering replacements and these are premium leads, what's the likelihood that you close? It's like, well, if I charge you $7 a lead and I make you pay $700, or if I charge you $6 a lead or whatever, so you pay double the price, it's like, well, you pay $600, you get 100 leads. It's like, if you close 3, then it's like $200 cost to acquire a client. That makes sense. Versus if you got $200 worth of leads, you close 1. You see what I'm saying? You close 1. So the numbers have to make sense regardless of how many leads you buy. It's like the cost to acquire a client. And I know that can kind of go over some people's head, but that's how companies should price their leads. Now, some people just try to mark it up and they're like, yeah, you paid $500, you get 100 leads, or $5 a lead, you get 100 leads, you close 1. The $100 to cost to acquire a client, that's kind of bad. That's why I always look at age leads as like, you got to make them low enough for it to make sense, because not every time you buy age leads are you just going to smack them off the park. Like, I used to buy age leads or fresh-ish leads, and spend $11 a lead, buy 100 of, drop $1,100 and close 4 deals and be excited, right? Because then I did 1,100 divided by 4, and it's like, okay, cool. That's actually not too bad. It's like 260, 270, or whatever it is. Cost to acquire a client. So if you do it like that, or 20, 40, 60, 280, I think, 80, 30, 30, 30, yeah, 30, 30, 30, or 275 or something like that. But yeah, nonetheless, you look at the cost to acquire a client, that needs to be relative to the lead type and how old the lead is and the data points that come with it. And that's how you make informed decisions to continually scale and continue to make the right moves that allow you to grow. So I think I want to record a video on that. But yeah, this is a quick rundown. This is what I learned from $50,000 a month producers doing vet leads. They want simplicity, right? They don't want, meaning to vet themselves. They don't want things that are overly complicated. The direction of the lead is already inherent because they know what they want. You don't have to try to paint the picture for them. That's why agents love them. It's just a matter of, are you stern and direct enough to work with these type of people? Some people are not. That's why they don't do well. But the people that are, and they just want straightforward answers, that's why agents can crush it, because they're like, well, these are pretty simple people I can go after. If you're like one of those people that wants to build, you're kind of like me. Like I personally would, I think I would do well with the vet leads because I've personally have never ran them. I just what I know from the people that do it. But like from when I was selling, doing mortgage and final expense, obviously nowadays I would just get rid of final expense. I'd go all in on mortgage. I like mortgage a little bit more. Not that it's vet leads are bad, but the type of person I am, I can be direct, but I like the value building. I honestly like the challenge of getting on a call and like assessing their situation and painting the picture. That's always been fun to me. For some people, it's not. They just want to tell them, hey, this is how much it costs. You want to sign up? Cool. But yeah, to each his own, whatever works better for you. So as always, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. I will check you all out next time. If you want leads, go to leadlabcrm.com. Leads from $1 to $55 if you want to partner with us and you have an agency. I repeat, because you have people watching the videos, which I do appreciate. But guys, if you're not an agency and you don't have $5,000 to $10,000 a month to invest in yourself, that's not including ad spend, to actually come in and work with us on our Apex partnership, or if you haven't bought leads, because one of the prerequisite to do our traditional partnership plan where we just come in, we give you leads, discount and stuff, like you have to buy leads first. So we're not just gonna come out the gate and be like, oh yeah, man, partner up with us. It's like, dude, if you can't sell or you don't have people around you can sell, I'm not gonna give you discounts on leads. That just doesn't make sense because you're not gonna make money and you're not, and like, now I'm just losing money, you're not making money and nobody's happy, right? So nobody wins. If you're an individual agent, don't go to the website and book, guys. Like, I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be rude. It's like I'm telling you the price, so you're coming to do what? All the information is online. Like we run ads, we build CRMs. Like I'm one of the people that's just going to tell you what it is. I don't want to waste your time. We make we make pretty decent money. Oh, I'm sorry. So you know, it's just authentic. We won't cut anything up, but we make pretty decent money selling leads, to say the least, right? I don't want the money for that. It's just like, if it's for our time, that's what it is. Like you're paying for our staff, you're paying for our, like, and there's a whole video I have on the difference between staff and systems, right? You have to understand those two. So if you don't know the difference between the two, then it's like you should make a decision about which one makes the most sense for you. And I'm not here to tell you what it is, but like you can decide what that is. So as always, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and I will check you guys out on the next video. Peace.